The death of Robin Williams. The news of Robin Williams' passing on the 11th of August 2014 in Paradise Cay, California, sent shockwaves through the hearts of fans worldwide. The beloved comedian and Academy Award-winning actor was found lifeless, a belt around his neck, and cuts on his left wrist, ultimately revealing that he had taken his own life at the age of 63. Robin Williams had dedicated the better part of his life to spreading joy through laughter. A gifted comedian and accomplished actor, he had garnered immense respect from peers and adoration from countless fans. However, beneath the façade of mirth and humour, Williams battled his inner demons, including a history of alcoholism and drug addiction that plagued his early career, followed by mental health issues and physical ailments in later years. Despite the challenges he faced, his sudden demise left family, friends, and admirers in a state of profound shock and yearning for answers. Questions loomed large. What were the circumstances surrounding Robin Williams' death, and why did he choose to end his own life? As the pieces of his tragic puzzle gradually fell into place, a somber truth emerged. On the 21st of July 2014, Robin Williams celebrated his 63rd birthday, posting a poignant photo on Instagram, which would be his final image shared with the world. 3 months before his demise, Williams received a life-altering diagnosis, Parkinson's disease. He confided in his wife, Susan, and his 3 children from previous marriages about the diagnosis. However, he opted to keep this information private from the public for the time being. Yet even as he grappled with the knowledge of Parkinson's, Robin Williams found himself plagued by other disconcerting symptoms, paranoia, anxiety and depression, that seemed inadequately explained by his Parkinson's diagnosis. Consequently, he and his wife planned to visit a neurocognitive testing facility in pursuit of a deeper understanding. Tragically, he would never make it to that appointment. On the evening before his passing, Robin Williams displayed an unusual sense of serenity. Engrossed in an iPad, he appeared to be on the upswing. Susan, his wife, last saw her husband around 10:30 p.m., just before she retired for the night. The parting words he uttered to her that evening were tender. "Good night, my love. Good night. Good night." Shortly afterward, he retreated to a different bedroom in their home, where he would take his final breath. On the fateful morning of the 11th of August 2014, Robin Williams' personal assistant discovered his lifeless body at 11:45 a.m. Susan, thinking her husband was still asleep, had left the house, but the assistant decided to check on him. A grim scene unfolded before their eyes. Robin Williams had taken his own life, seated on the floor with a belt wrapped around his neck, one end secured to a closet door and the other end to a door frame. Superficial cuts marred his left wrist, and his iPad, devoid of any signs of suicidal intent, lay nearby. Also in proximity were 2 types of antidepressants and a pocket knife bearing traces of his blood, an instrument seemingly used to inflict the wrist injuries. Recognizing the inevitable, no attempts of resuscitation were made, and he was officially pronounced dead at 12:02 p.m. The scene offered no indication of foul play, and the only substances detected in Williams' systems were caffeine, prescribed antidepressants, and levodopa, a medication commonly prescribed for Parkinson's disease. An autopsy later confirmed that Robin Williams had taken his own life through asphyxiation by hanging. This revelation devastated his loved ones and followers, and his publicist released a statement indicating that he had been grappling with severe depression, leading many to assume that this condition had been the driving force behind his decision to end his life. However, only the autopsy would unveil the true root of his suffering, a condition that remained a secret to this day. As it turned out, Robin Williams had been misdiagnosed with Parkinson's disease, and the actual affliction was Lewy body dementia, a devastating and debilitating brain ailment that shared traits with both Parkinson's and Alzheimer's diseases. Lewy bodies, which consist of abnormal protein clumps, infiltrated his brain cells, wreaking havoc on his sleep patterns, behavior, movement, cognitive functions, and bodily control. For Williams, it was a relentless and merciless adversary. What compounded the tragedy was the fact that Robin Williams had remained oblivious to this true affliction until after his passing. The lack of awareness added to his frustration as he tried to decipher the baffling array of symptoms that plagued him, rendering his journey even more agonizing. Although an appointment at a neurocognitive testing facility loomed on his calendar, Susan Williams believed that the prospect of that visit had exacerbated her husband's anxiety in the days leading up to his death. "I think he didn't want to go," she reflected. "I think he thought, I'm going to get locked up and never come out." Despite his past struggles with addiction, Robin Williams had maintained sobriety for 8 years before his passing. Thus, the rumours of a return to his previous vices before his death incensed his widow. Susan, his wife, stressed. "It infuriated me when the media said he'd been drinking because I know they are recovering addicts out there who looked up to him, people dealing with depression who looked up to him, and they deserve to know the truth." As for the assertion that depression was the primary driver of his tragic choice, she countered. It was not depression that killed Robin. Depression was one of, let's call it 50 symptoms, and it was a small one. Medical experts concurred with this assessment. Dr. Bruce Miller, an expert and knowledge of Williams' case, remarked, "Lewy body dementia is a devastating illness. It's a killer. It is fast. It's progressive. This was about a devastating form of Lewy body dementia as I have ever seen. It really amazed me that Robin could walk or move at all." While Robin Williams tragically never received an official diagnosis during his lifetime, Susan, his wife, found solace in finally identifying the disease that had tormented her husband. Determined to raise awareness about Lewy body dementia and educate others about the misunderstood condition, she embarked on a mission to set the record straight regarding the cause of Robin Williams' death and ensure that his memory endured for generations to come.